stuff in his house. Not go down into his house to take anything out of his house. Not come down to take anything out of his house. Yeah, I think the way Luke has it is a bit too wordy. And his stuff in his house, not come down to take his stuff away. That's too much back and forth. Matthew and Mark, I think, are better. Not come down to take anything out of the house. Just down to get it and leave. One trip. Mark. Not go down into the house, neither enter therein to take anything out of the house. For some reason, Mark repeats entering into the house. But I still like it more than Luke. And his stuff in the house, not come down to take it away. I guess that's the same kind of repeat, except the repeat is coming down. Anything or his stuff? Anything. That's more clear than just his stuff. I'm going to go with anything instead of his stuff. So I'm going to have the order of Matthew and Mark. Not come down. Mark. Not go down. Not come down. So come down is Matthew and Luke. Not is all three. I'll go with the majority witness as much as I can, unless it's a big problem. Not. Actually, I think go down is better here, because he's talking about the future. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Go. He's not talking about current situation. If he was saying not come down, that would be current. Down is all three. Matthew, to take anything. Mark has into the house first. Neither enter to take anything. It's just a clear repetition. Not go down into the house, neither enter. Into and enter are the same thing. Why does it do that? Matthew is just doesn't have either, actually. Not come down to take anything out of the house. Mark also repeats the house. Not go down into the house, neither enter to take anything out of the house. I think I'm going to ignore all the repetition from Mark. I know those words are actually there, but they're not repeated in Matthew or Luke. It's only repeated in Mark, so I don't think it's that much of a problem. Which is upon the housetop, not go down into the house. Okay, if you're on the house, don't go into the house. Just jump off and run. Into the house. In the house is actually first from Luke. I'll make that first. Down in the house. The mention of the house in Mark is into the house. So only house is all three. There's a to added from Mark. I'm going to leave off neither enter. The word therein is in italics, so I have no problem leaving that out, but neither enter, I'm going to leave that out as well, because it's just a repeat. And I do have a little bit of a problem with that, but again, Matthew and Luke don't have this repeated. to take anything. Luke, to take it away. Matthew, to take. Yeah, that's all three. Anything is in Matthew. Mark, anything. Luke is it. Away. So instead of it, I'll have anything. Away. His house is in Matthew. His house is at the end in Mark. Luke. The house. So Mark and Luke do have the house, but that's because Mark has two mentions. Mark also has his house, so I'm going to go with that. His house, Matthew and Mark, instead of the house. Matthew continues, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. Mark, and let him that is in the field not turn back again for to take up his garment. Luke 17:31. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Mark and Luke both have and he that is in the field, but because he's saying what should not be done by one person, and now again what should not be done by a second person, neither makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to put that instead of just and. I can have both and neither. Yeah, and first, Mark and Luke, Matthew, neither. Let him which is in the field, Mark. Let him that is in the field, Luke. He that is in the field, let him. So let him is in Matthew and Mark, and he is only Luke. Except let him is also Luke here, it's just later. So I'm going to have let him be from all three, taking it from later. Mark has that is in the field, Matthew which is in the field, Luke that is in the field. I have which at this location earlier on the housetop. It feels like I should be consistent. Neither let him which is in the field. I guess I'll stay with the majority witness. I don't think I have to be consistent between those two exact words from earlier and now. Mark and Luke have that. Is in the field. That's all three. Alright, the word likewise. I would need to move that. Or not. I'd have to move that because I have neither from Matthew. That begins this sentence in a negative term. Neither him in the field. I would have to have it positive for the rest. Return back. Because if I have two negatives, it'd be a double negative and it would cancel each other out. Neither let him that is in the field not return back. I can't have that not here from Luke. That not is also there in Mark. So I would have to get rid of this not. And neither let him that is in the field likewise return back. No, it wouldn't work. I could have and likewise, neither let him that is in the field return back. That could work. likewise earlier. And likewise, neither let him that is in the field return back. But again, this not, I just have to get rid of it. It's in Mark and Luke, but I could have not from Mark and Luke, or I could have neither at the beginning from only Matthew. If I have not, it would match better with the earlier statement. Let him, positive, which is upon the housetop, not go down into the house. So to make it more fit, it would be, and likewise, let him that is in the field not return back. Yeah, I'm going to do that instead of neither from Matthew. Not return back. Return back to take his clothes. Mark, to take up his garment. I think what's really going on here is that when you're working, you're not going to have a lot of clothes on because you get dirty, you get sweaty, so you leave off some of it at one location. He's not saying don't go back into your house to get your luggage. That's not what he's saying. He's saying just the stuff that you drop down. And it's actually more extreme, because if he's saying don't go back into the house to pack and bring all your clothes, nowadays that'd be a big deal. He's not saying that. He's making it way more extreme. Don't even get the one article of clothing that you dropped at the beginning of the field just to not get dirty while you're working. Just run. So I'm going to have garment, not clothes. To take up his garment instead of to take your clothes. To take up. So to take is both Matthew and Mark. And now Matthew has his clothes, so the his is both, but up is only Mark. Just Mark, garment. And likewise, let him that is in the field not return back to take up his garment.